We will assemble now a circuit that is using a push button. We are going to use Arduino with the pins that we are already familiar with, ground and 3.3 volts. The push button this time, as it's a digital signal, we are going to use a digital pin instead of an analog. In order to do that, I will connect it to D2, digital 2. We will write down here a circuit that has the symbol of the metal plates, the central pad of the switch, and ground from Arduino will be connected to one of the ends of the button, and the other end is what we are going to connect with digital 2. So for that we have two cables there, the one coming out from the Arduino as ground, and also the one coming from the digital 2 to the button. So we can start thinking about what will happen if I press that button. I press the button, then D2 is connected directly to ground, and that's a 0, right? That's something that I already know the value. That's super useful. But if I'm not pressing the button, there's not going to be a very clear signal that is going to be received by Arduino. To solve that, I would like to use the 3.3 volts. But if I put them together with a cable and I press the button, it will create a short circuit. So instead of putting another cable, I'm going to use a resistor. That resistor, I prefer it to be of a big value. Perhaps I use 10,000 ohms. And it would be possible to use 4,000 or 47,000. But what we are going to be doing is to give a small signal to the pin D2. So it's read as a 3.3 volt, 1, if I'm not pressing the button. And if I press the button, it becomes a very clear 0. So next, I'm going to be using the computer, and I have to confirm that I have the right board selected. But the example I'm going to use right now is digital read serial. If you read the description, it's going to explain that we're going to be using D2, digital 2. Setup initiates the serial and also puts D2 as an input. I'll upload after confirming that both board and port are correctly selected. And if I press on the serial monitor, I should be able to see that when I press the button, the state changes. But it's the same for Arduino, whether we store a digital value in an integer or we store it in a Boolean variable. For the purpose of this exercise, we can also put a Boolean there. What matters to us is that we want to see those zeros and ones coming when I press the button.